What's going on, Laker fans? I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Little post-game show after the post-game show action. Thank you for tuning in. Just get this down a little bit here. All right. Damn. The hell happened tonight? So many things went the Lakers' way around the NBA tonight, except the one thing that we needed most, which is, can the Lakers just get a W? The answer is no, they cannot. Lakers lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves 110-102, the final score. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. A little post-game show after the post-game show. I was saying to myself, I'm like, all right, can they just split these two games against the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Golden State Warriors? But I thought the game that they had a better shot at getting was tonight, because I think that Warriors game is going to be really difficult coming up on Sunday. It looks like Steph's going to play in that one. And the answer is no. Lakers were not able to do it. So couple things here just right out the gate. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed to the channel. Appreciate everybody, by the way, that has been certainly seeing the channel grow, and I appreciate that. If you want to super chat is on, so you can feel free to do that as well, and I'll do my best to get to the comments either way. So appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Let's get right into it. So right out the gate, I'll just give you my thoughts. No real flow to this game for the Lakers tonight. First quarter, there was flow. They were hitting shots, took a 7-point lead. I thought some opportunities to kind of maybe grow that lead, and they didn't. And then they let Minnesota kind of start taking control from there. Now, for the most part, the Timberwolves had a lead on the Lakers. I know not in that first quarter. But after the first quarter, I felt like the Minnesota Timberwolves, they didn't dominate the game, but they controlled the game. That they always had a 4, 5, 7-point lead, 8-point lead. And the Lakers were playing from catch-up the entire way. I mean, Minnesota even went up by 14 at one point. And then the Lakers come back. I will tell you, across the street, the vibe, pretty cool. Pretty good vibe. Fans were definitely into it, definitely in that fourth quarter. Lakers were making a run. Beasley hit a three. Who else hit a three in the corner? It might have been Lonnie Walker, I think it was. Whoever it was, the place was rocking. But I don't want to call it too little too late, but in a weird way, it was kind of too little too late. I know there were some people calling into postgame show number 1. This is postgame show number 2. And the people that were calling in and complaining there were talking about predominantly Darvin Ham, and some of, the complaints that they had was about that. I guess I just didn't see the Darvin Ham portion late in the game. I felt like the Darvin Ham portion was more kind of spread through the game. There were a lot of times where there was no flow on offense. Everything was so hard to come by. That's where I wanted to see Coach maybe have a little bit more of an impact, run some more set plays. All right, hey, things are stagnant here. I got to find ways, not just screen and roll, not just pick and roll, not just throw the ball to Anthony Davis. Let me see if I can get some other guys some looks. But overall for the Lakers, just not enough. AD, you got one guy that had 38. You had two other guys in double figures. One of them barely got in double figures. That was Beasley had 15, and then Lonnie Walker at 10. Just not, like I said, not enough balance, not enough to beat a Minnesota Timberwolves team that it was a big game for them too. I know we look at the Lakers and we're always sitting back and we're saying, wow, this is a big one for the Lakers. They got to have it. Well, other teams are having the exact same conversation on their pregame shows or on their postgame shows or whenever they're interacting with, channels like this. So we're not the only one that's, obviously doing this. A lot of other teams out in the Western Conference are saying the same thing that we're saying, that it's a big game, and it was a big game for Minnesota, and they walked away with a win. OC Neal. Well, so close yet so far. By the way, does that not seem like the Lakers season? It's like they start inching, you start getting excited, take a step back. Start moving forward, start going forward, take another step back. That's been basically the Lakers season the entire time. Let's see what else we got here. AD had a good minus his rebound 5. No one else stepped up. Yeah, there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that. I did feel like, kind of the way I looked at it too. I said this pregame show that I know everybody keeps saying AD's got to play big. AD's got to play big. One of the themes that I've been saying is, listen, AD could play big. He could have great games unless you got 4 people behind him that are contributing when D'Lo and Bron are out. I don't know what you want me to tell you, but you're still going to need multiple guys contribute. Minnesota, let me give you an example tonight. Minnesota had Anthony Edwards did not have a great night. He had 19. But you got 22 from Gobert. By the way, 22 and 14 from Gobert. Conley gave you 14. Prince gave you 13. Reed gave you 15. You had McDaniels with 9, Anderson with 8, another dude, Alexander as well with 8. So you had it, aside from the 5 guys who scored in double figures, you were at a few guys that were just a few points away. That even if Anthony Edwards did not have a good night, he got enough help. And that was certainly the difference. All right, Rody Outlaw. Wow, what a winnable game. Yeah, the problem is winnable game, yes, but more if you got to get one this weekend and you let the one get away. Now, listen, if you come back, you beat the Golden State Warriors on Friday or on Sunday, then it's a wash, in my opinion. But you had to try to split these. You can't lose both. Lakers in jeopardy of losing both. Cali. When is Russell coming back from his injury? Okay, I could tell you this much. We saw him warm up pregame. He did not look like somebody that was ready to come back on Sunday. Now, I could be wrong, but he just wasn't doing – real drills, and he wasn't kind of sprinting and cutting and everything else. So that actually concerned me a little bit. I thought, at least in my opinion, I thought that hopefully he'd be a little bit further in his progress. There was some rumors that on Wednesday there was chatter that he might be able to go on Friday, but that obviously wasn't the case. I do think they're desperately missing D'Angelo Russell. I do believe that. I do think they're definitely missing D'Angelo Russell. And that's because Bron is out. Bron was there. Okay, different story. But I think D'Lo is going to get you 20 and 8 a game if he's healthy. And they obviously don't have him right now. Let's see what else we got here. It's an interesting one. I'm going to read this one real quick. Rui is soft. I want to root so bad for Rui Hachimura, and tonight he only had 6 points, 2 and 9 from the field. They need more from him. Period. Like, these are his opportunities to play some good ball. These are his opportunities to, do what he can to contribute for the team right now, especially with LeBron out, with D'Lo out. I really, really would love to have seen Rui between 12 and 15 points a game is in this absence of LeBron and D'Angelo, and you kind of just don't know what you're going to get from him. He didn't help tonight. That was unfortunate. They need a player like him. So I wouldn't call it soft, but I would call it that he didn't have a good game and they needed him. All right, let's see where we got here. Let's see what we got here. David Sabatini, we have no shot of beating the Warriors on Sunday, Allen. 0 chance. Yeah, it would be a surprise if they won that game. So let's put it that way, right? That would be a game where if they won it, then you would be like, wow, I wasn't expecting that one to happen. Let me chat a little bit here on what's going on in the NBA standings. First off, when I say you literally had every team you needed to lose tonight lose, which is not going to happen very often, Clippers lost. Jazz lost. Pelicans lost. Blazers lost. Every team you needed to lose. You would have been really weird if Lakers would have won tonight. Clippers, Jazz, Pelicans, and Lakers would have all had the same amount of losses at 33, and Minnesota if Minnesota got the loss. So it was wasted opportunity. And like I said, it's not that the Minnesota Timberwolves are a bad team because they're not. They are not a bad team, but they didn't play all that well. They've been okay. They did beat the Clippers a couple nights ago. They kind of been up and down, um, but they definitely took advantage of opportunities, and the Lakers did not take advantage of that opportunity. So that part was frustrating. That's it. Simple as that. So in the standings, here's where the Lakers are at: 30 and 34 now. So again, a chance to be 2 games below 500. And now it's back to 4. It's just like these swings that the Lakers have is crazy. 30 and 34 means they're still a game out of 10th of the Pelicans. They're still now, let's see, Minnesota won. So they're actually closer to the Clippers now. They're 2 games out of away from the Clippers at the 8th spot. Minnesota gained a game on them, and Minnesota has the tiebreaker. I think Laker fans, here's the reality here. Catching 7 or 8 or not, or I'm sorry, 7, 6 or 5. I think all those are gone. I think that really you're looking at basically trying to catch 9 or 10. And if you catch 9 or 10, you still got to win 2 in a row to make the playoffs. All right, let me read a couple things here. Clippers are falling apart. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Clippers. I really don't. They're losing close games, but they're losing close games. What do they say? Good teams find ways to win. Bad teams find ways to lose. They've lost 5 in a row since the All-Star break. So they're 0-5 with Russell Westbrook. That's kind of fascinating, huh? It's kind of a crazy scenario there. See what else we got here. All right, I'm gonna, if you guys got something. If you guys got something here, put it in the comments, and I'll try to read it. Probably only gonna do a couple more minutes here, and I'm gonna call it a night too. Lake fans been a long week, man. They had a lot of games, doing the show, everything else. See what we got here. I think the Pels fall out of a play-in. Playoff. Zion will sit out the remainder of the season. I'll tell you this. I think the teams that you got to watch out for, the Jazz could easily fall, even though I think they have a decent team. The Pelicans, I don't know. I'm not as crazy about them falling out. I think they're gonna be there till the end. So basically the Lakers got to jump one of those 2 teams. This is embarrassing. Lakers don't fight for 10 seeds, throw the season away already. Here's the problem. The Lakers are in a position right now where they're just bad enough. No, let me put it this way. The Western Conference, those teams that are kind of behind, they're all just bad enough that everyone's hanging around, right? Like, should the Blazers, the Thunder, and the Lakers, use as example, should they really be in the mix here? Probably not. That's my only issue with the playing tournament. I hate rewarding teams for being below 500. You know what I mean? But it could benefit the Lakers, but that concept doesn't really make sense to me. I get that it makes money, and that's all that matters. That's all the NBA cares about. I understand that part. All right, this is an interesting one. Fighting for the 9th or 10th in the conference. That's not the Lakers. Got to be honest with you. It might not be the Lakers' history, but it's the Lakers' reality right now. I mean, listen, if Braun was healthy and D'Lo was healthy, I think they'd be making a real move to go try to get that number 6 spot. But the reality is, it's kind of where they are. They've been here all season. Here's the sad part. The 9 or 10 that you're talking about them fighting about, they haven't even been a 9 or a 10 all season long. Remember, they started the season out 2-10. So I don't even know if this is the closest they've been to the number 10 spot, but it might have been. So unfortunately, I see what you're saying, but it's the reality of the situation. It's the reality. How many wins? This is a good one. How many wins do you think we need from here on to make the play-in? So they got 18 games left. I think if they go 9-9, that means they're still 4 games below 500. I don't think that will get it done. But you might just need to go 10-8. 10-8 might get you in the play-in. The question is going to be Jazz and the Pelicans. Do one of those teams kind of collapse? But here's the thing: Thunder are only a half game behind the Lakers. Blazers are only a half game behind the Lakers. So you technically got 5 teams fighting for 2 spots. I imagine the Clippers are going to start winning games at some point. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm assuming that they eventually will. So I think really what you're fighting for is 9 or 10. Let's see what they got here. It's baffling why Ham has Lonnie in the game over Troy Brown Jr. Dude is the king of tunnel vision as well as Schroeder. They literally can't play make to save their lives. I think he had Lonnie in just to get some offense because the Lakers didn't have anything flowing. And Dennis Schroeder didn't have a good night. He still had 12 assists, but I don't mind Dennis Schroeder in there. I don't. They don't really have other options. They literally don't have any other playmakers unless you want to put Austin Reeves in there to run your point. Got a Knicks fan on here. How about them Knicks? Got to be honest with you. Kind of shocked here. Look at the Knicks. They've won 9 in a row or 8 in a row. They've won 9 of 10, 38 and 27. And Lakers have them 1 week from Sunday at Crypto. That's a tough game. Who would have thought the New York Knicks are playing some good ball? Give them credit. I got no hate here on that. When teams are playing good basketball, tip your cap to them. Let's see what else we got here. Read one more here. We're going to call it a night. Let's see. Cali. LeBron did everything to pass the scoring. And now look, when we needed him the most, he got injured. I don't know. I'm gonna let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. I'll try kind of my best to describe this. I think that Bron's injury has to have more to do with this dude needing to play 36 minutes a night in the 20th season, in his 20th year in the NBA, than I think anything else. And I think anytime you're this late in your career, you can have an injury at any time, like anytime. If it doesn't happen in the Dallas game, could have happened somewhere else down the road. But I thought they were positioning themselves perfectly, and then unfortunately for the Lakers, it's kind of played out this way. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, Davey. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. See what you got here. 4 or 5 scenarios went in our favor, and then the Lakers couldn't take advantage tonight. What an opportunity wasted. Is the season over, or do they have a chance? So, Davey, first off, thank you again. I greatly appreciate it. Appreciate the super chat here. Let me tell you this. I'll tell you why the season's not over, but it is a missed opportunity. It's not over because I don't think anyone on this chat is sold on the Pelicans taking over. Les Zion comes back. The Jazz taking over. The Thunder taking over. The Blazers taking over, which means there's 2 spots open, period. And the Lakers are 1 game out of one of those spots. So, of course, it's not over, but the Minnesota Timberwolves walked into Crypto and beat the Lakers. To me, tonight's game was not – the Lakers blew an opportunity because they had a chance in the standings to move up. But the Minnesota Timberwolves didn't just the Timberwolves didn't get lucky. They played a better 48-minute stretch than the Lakers did. Lakers had to come back the entire time. Mike Conley hit a cold-blooded 3. Anthony Edwards hit a cold-blooded 3. Gobert had a good game. So it didn't just, in my opinion, again, I'm gonna continue to reiterate that. In my opinion, it was not one of those games where you looked at it and you said to yourself, wow, Lakers were up 8 late and they blew the lead. No, it was opposite. Lakers were down for the most part, after the first quarter, they were down the entire time. Went on a run to try to come back and couldn't make it happen. Davey, thank you very much for the super chat, my brother. I appreciate it. All right. Well, I didn't think I was going to get to 20 minutes. I got to 20 minutes. That in itself is a miracle, Laker fans. I don't trust AD to lead us in the play-in. I don't mind that comment at all. That's why I continue to say AD can be great. Everybody else has got to contribute, and you got to get D'Lo back. We need a miracle win against a fully healthy Warriors and Memphis back-to-back. I don't like the way that looks. Yeah, I don't like the way that's a tough couple games. By the way, Toronto won't be easy on Friday, and then the Knicks after that. You got 4 games in a row that are going to be tough. So that's just how it's going to be for the Lakers. They got to just figure out a way to make it happen. Like I said from the beginning, they needed to split. They needed to split these 2 games this weekend. They already lost the first one, so let's see what happens in the second one. Lake fans, appreciate you guys tuning in. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to work tomorrow, but I'll be back on Sunday. Lakers taking on the Warriors, 12:30 tip, 11 o'clock pregame show. Then I'll do the postgame show. Then I'll come on here. I'll do postgame after the postgame. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Please subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys have a good weekend. We'll get back with you guys on Sunday. Thanks, Laker fans.